Hello, everyone, and welcome to Keeping Up with the Defenders, Episode 7. We have another just an amazing show for you today, featuring Damon Groen and Carissa Geels.
Gales.
Gales. Close enough.
Okay, yeah, we're also today, we have another, what is it called, special panelist, I suppose. It's Humphrey Slam Dunk McGee, our sports analyst. We're now going live. Humphrey, what do you got? Wait, hang on. Humphrey, what do you got?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Humphrey Slam Dunk McGee here with the sports. As you can tell by the empty bleachers and equally empty fields, sports are still canceled. Praise Jesus above. However, we better beat this coronavirus soon. Running of the Bulls is July 6th, and that's the most important sport. Back to you, Ralph.
All right, Ralph. That's sports.
So now we're going to go to our first guest, which is Damon. We're going to bring him on here. He is a sophomore, junior, sophomore? Junior. Some would say junior.
By the way he is, and by the way he lives in East.
Really? That is true. Welcome, Damon.
This coronavirus soon.
Hey.
Running of the Bulls is
What's up?
Jason, what's going on with my screen right now?
Back to
Nothing. It's just repeating. I don't know.
All right, Ralph.
I honestly don't know what's happening. Hold on. But we're good. We can just keep going. It's just going to be super
Damon,
weird.
It's good to see you. Sorry, we were having unknown technical difficulties.
I still don't know what the problem is, just saying.
All right. Are we good?
Well, I think we're good. I'm pretty sure we're okay now.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Knock on
Damon,
wood,
how are
thank
you?
goodness.
I'm great. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. It's really nice out actually. But yeah, I'm doing well.
That sweater you're wearing, you're repping the Dort merch. Did you get that from the campus bookstore with your extra defendies?
I did. Yeah, I had a lot of extra defendies because clearly we didn't go back for the second half of the semester. So I had a lot of extra defendies. So I got 3 sweatshirts.
Nice.
Wow. Now, you are a worship leader at Dort University, and you have been for 3 years now?
Yeah. My freshman year, I wasn't. I guess I was on a worship team. I wasn't like the leader of that team, but you could say I still led worship on the team. So yes, 3 years at Dort.
Excellent. Can you tell us about your favorite worship experiences at Dort, and then your favorite part about being a worship leader at Dort specifically? Not just a worship leader generally, but
Right.
specifically at Dort.
Okay. So favorite worship experience at Dort. I would say I'll say there's been a chapel, a gift, a praise and worship, and a Monday night worship, and I'll just say like one of each of those. So for chapel, there was one time, I don't remember. Oh wait, actually no, there's a different one. We all remember when Levi Yakubu led us in some of his African worship using.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a party. It was awesome. Everybody was very into it, and I loved it. I loved just being a part of it and just getting to be there with everyone, worshiping in a little different way than we usually do. Getting to dance a little bit, which is it was pretty awesome. So that was probably my favorite chapel experience. There's another one that I was thinking too from like my freshman year or something like that, but I don't remember much about it. I just remember that it was impactful somehow. Let's go. Let's see. Gift, which we didn't have this year, but the year before, it was a moment. So I was on the team. Carly Tillema was the leader. Who, for those of y'all that remember Carly, she's awesome. One of my favorite people. And so I was on the team with Carly, and there was a moment where Cy from Granite Church was preaching, and he came back up. He gave kind of a little altar call thing, and it was really awesome to see just the response from everybody, and just the everybody gathering together and praying together and praying for each other. Everything, it was awesome. Praise and worship, I think. Let's see, gotta think about it. I'd say, oh man, there's just been so much good praise and worship. I really, I something I've incorporated this year a lot. Something I always appreciated before I was praise and worship leader was when we all got to pray together. So there were times like my sophomore and my freshman year when we would gather together as people like in groups and we would all pray together. And whenever I got to be a part of those, that was awesome. I just love listening to and praying with each other in those experiences. And then for Monday night worship, there was one time I think it was my freshman year when I so Ray was leading and everybody in there was yeah, just really engaged. And I don't remember really anything that happened that night. I just remember I sat back on the couch and I just kind of like I don't think I really sang any of the songs that night. I was just like praying and crying the whole time. I don't remember really anything about that night. I just was incredibly touched and I encountered God that night. So those are my top worship experiences in my time at Dort. Yeah.
Good answers.
Fantastic. Now,
So-
can you say a little bit more about your favorite part of being a worship leader at Dort?
Yes. I think so this kind of goes for being a worship leader in any context, but I think something especially great about being at Dort is just the fact that no matter like what I'm leading at, whether I'm leading at chapel or whether I was, leading a gift last year or leading for praise and worship, or even like for small group, um, no matter, what setting I'm in, just the level of um, engagement and purpose that people come into the worship events with. Like it feels like um, it feels like more so at Dort whenever like take a praise and worship. It feels like people come in and they're like ready to worship. Um, a lot of the time, like in worship leading, you want to have like a call to worship. You want to have just like a time of like where you can kind of like enter into the time of worship, and it feels like that takes not as long for Door. Like it feels like we're more ready to just be like, okay, now we're here to worship together. We're ready for corporate worship now. And I think just the the extent of that at Door is so evident in just yeah, how ready everyone is. So I think that's one of my favorite things about Door specifically.
Good answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Now, yesterday I put on a poll on our Instagram, or not a poll. I put on a question. I don't even know what you call that. A questionnaire, sure, of people that could ask you guys questions for today's episode. One of the questions was, what did you do with the prize money that you won from NCDC? For those who didn't know, Damon swept the competition last semester in NCDC with amazing performances featuring
You
John
sang,
Bellion and I'm Feeling Good. So,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we did Stupid Deep, All Time Low, and Feeling Good. With the prize money, most of it went to my team members, whether it was in like the core band, which was Hudson Nitzel, Ratasha Badudu, Noah Deist, and Antonio Maldonado. Um, I also gave the money to our brass players, Jade Goebel and Matt and Nate. I'm blanking on their last names. They're twins and they're awesome. Great instrumentalists. And then also Garrett Van Dyke played a little synthesizer for us, which was awesome. So most of it went to them, divvied up in ways that we all agreed upon. But then for me, I want to say it ended up being I got about $100, and I just put that in my checking account, and I don't know what I spent it on. I probably spent it on food and dates with Carissa, my girlfriend, and gifts maybe. I don't know. Coffee probably.
All right. Well, so was winning NCDC the highlight of last semester for you? Was it just a surreal moment?
It was pretty awesome. It was definitely one of the highlights for sure. I I mean, many awesome things that happen in a year at Dort. It's hard to choose like one thing from even just a semester, but that was definitely up there, like top three, I would say, memories from the last semester in the fall. Um, just like getting the whole experience, not just winning it, but being able to um like be with my band and figure out songs and figure out like a vision for where we wanted the songs to go, and just working with all the amazing musicians that I worked with, and then getting to perform it for everyone, and just like again seeing like the engagement with that, and just being able to have a good time with everybody there was awesome.
Did you also win the freshman talent show when you were a freshman?
I got second place.
Oof.
I'm sorry to bring that up. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I did win Air Band my freshman year with my group. We did "You're the One That I Want" from the movie Grease, well, the musical Grease, not just a movie. But yeah, that was a good time.
Just all around a music guy. My next question is, okay, I want you to say 2 songs in pop culture that need to die. Just go away. Like nobody wants to hear them anymore. And I also want you to tell me 2 praise songs that just aren't your thing. They're just like, look, I don't like them. So if I'm doing the praise songs, I'm gonna, shine Jesus shine. And probably, oh my word, it's tough. If I'm taking 10,000 reasons, done. They're gone.
Gotcha.
So what are you taking?
Okay, so oh man. The issue is I don't know like what the songs are right now. Like I don't know what the big songs are because I don't listen to radio or like pop music in general. And I looked at the charts on Spotify just because I was curious the other day, and I didn't know any of the songs besides like maybe 2 songs by like Billie Eilish. And I generally I respect Billie Eilish. I don't listen to her music a lot, but I respect her. Generally, trap music isn't for me. So like a lot of the like mumble rap trap music is just not my thing.
Sure.
And it seemed like that was kind of overpowering the charts, especially in the US. So like 40 of the 50 songs on the top 50 were like that kind of music. I couldn't name anyone specifically. So my answer is maybe less of that. And then for praise songs that I would not choose. Oh man. Well, yeah, there's just so many. There's so many praise songs today that it's I mean there's a lot of really good ones and a lot of not as good ones. It's the same with like hymns. Like we think of hymns as like this golden era, a lot of people do, but that's because they've had time to like weed out the bad ones.
Right, we only know the good ones.
We only know the classics. And so, in 50 years, we'll have like 10 to 20 praise songs from like this time period. We'll be like, oh man, I wish we could go back. But really, like, we're not going to remember like all of, like, we're going to remember like a percent of all the songs we're singing today. But just right now, songs that I would get rid of. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like 10,000 Reasons either. That's one I would probably get rid of. Doesn't really go anywhere musically. Yeah, it's just kind of a boring song. And maybe Good Father, just because I think it's really oversimplified in terms of its like theological just like reasoning and everything. Just it's a really simple song, which is good sometimes. Like sometimes you want a simple song, but I think it doesn't do it the right way. It's like you're a good father, it's who you are. And like God is more than just that. Now sometimes you do want to like talk about one thing, but and it's also like overly like individually experiential. It's like I've seen many searching for answers, and it's like sure, maybe you have, maybe some other people haven't, and maybe some people have found answers somewhere else, they think they have or whatever. It's just very individualistically experiential.
Yeah, I get that. But then again, you heard my rant in aesthetics. I don't like Christian contemporary music or that kind of stuff very much anyway, so. But we have another audience question that we got asked. It's from somebody
Who is this one from?
This one is from somebody that Damon knows quite well, I would say.
Okay.
It might be himself. It's hard to say. But the question is, Damon, why do you suck so much?
Yeah, you know what? I ask I ask myself that question daily. Wanted to get put on the spot. Apparently, I don't know.
Well, you had a great answer.
Why do you guys think I suck so bad? Can you?
I don't think you do. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I mean, you're so talented, good looking.
Stop it.
The stuff behind you, like those signs, are really nice. I love those pictures and that cross.
my
Even that lamp, like at your top right, I love that.
That's
So,
my that's all my mom. I can't take any credit for
well,
that.
I'm giving you credit for it. So I love it. I love your house. Wow.
I'm gonna back up everything Jason said, and I also like you're an inspiration. Like you're one of the beacons on campus that is of hope that people turn to in times of need.
You keep
You're
me going.
too kind. I would say the same about both of you.
Wow.
You're both beacons of
I
hope.
don't see it in me, but thank you.
Jason.
Now, moving on to a Dort-centered question.
Yes.
I have 2 Dort-centered questions, and then we'll dive into the activity. 2.5, really. Earlier, we asked somebody percentage of Dort students that you think have only ever had the Defender. You are one of those students.
I am one of those students. Yes.
I am also one of those students. Sorry, I'll put that in there. So we are at this point 66% of this Zoom call is part of that.
Now that
and
is
I was only Defenders until this semester.
Man. Okay. So, this question, I mean, starting off, is it a coincidence that it's 2/3 of us in this call right now, or
No.
is that
No.
a statistical like representation? Like,
It
is it
is.
actually 66% of Dort students have only had the Defender? I could see that being true. Also, I had a different point I was going to make. I think I forgot what it was. Oh, okay. I remember now. For like, let's say you're a freshman, right? And you're going to the grill for the first time. I remember I was terrified my freshman year, first semester, to go to the grill. I had no idea what I was doing. I got pizza one time and it made me vomit. Not because it was bad, but it was really greasy. And then I was in a car for a long time. And
dangerous combo.
Yeah, those don't add up.
It was bad. So I don't like the grill pizza. It doesn't hit me the right way. Anyway, if you're a freshman going to the grill, if you have like an upperclassman friend, then they can recommend the Defender to you. But if they're just looking at it, they might be like, oh man, some of these are kind of risky options, and they might just like stick with the plain Jane because it's the plain Jane, and it's like, oh, that sounds simple, you know. And until they talk to someone who's like, hey, have the Defender, they might not have that guidance and that wisdom in their life.
Yeah.
So I could see it going either way. But I would say it's a higher percentage than 50% probably that have only had the Defender.
Great. That is the answer I was actually kind of looking for. Now, my next question has to do with the interrogation room.
Okay, I was actually about to stop you and ask about that, but you did it for me, so sorry. Keep going. We're good now.
Have you been?
I have.
Nice.
You took me. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. I think it was my freshman year, maybe second semester or something like that. I don't remember who else was with us, but yeah, we went in there and I was thoroughly confused and slightly creeped out.
Yes, it's creepy.
It's
haunted.
I like to imagine that Jason and I are the only two who knew about it, and now the only people who do are people that Jason and I brought there.
Yes. I agree. Like, I don't know. I was honestly surprised of how many people we've had on the show who have never heard of it before. Like, even heard of it. Like, I can understand not going there, but have you not even heard of it? Like, that's a big gap of not even knowing what it is.
I like to think that maybe. Do you guys know about Harry Potter? You know, have you read it?
I've heard of it.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, man, you guys should get
Gone sorcery.
Okay, so I'll try to explain. No, I'm not going to try to explain it. But there's like the spell that they do where it like makes the muggles not notice something. So I think that wizards use that room and they cast a spell on it to make people not like realize that it's even there.
Yeah.
And you guys are slightly magical. So you saw through it and now you're opening everyone's eyes.
Now, I have a different theory. I like that theory, but my thought is that that room is actually haunted by BJ Hahn, like
Oh.
legitimately haunted by him. But Tom and I have actually passed the test to be able to know what it is and spread the word to people as the haunting is slowly like he's becoming more open about the interrogation room. Like he's become more open about theater and the filming and all that, digital media stuff. That's my thought. I mean, I think both options are pretty viable though.
Yeah, I could totally see that happening.
All right. We're going to shift the activity. Jason, if you want to add Carissa to the call. While she's
Yep.
being added, Damon, what is something that what was your favorite class at Dort? That's what I want to know.
Oh man. Okay, so I have 3 options. Hey, you're in.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so I have 3 options for my favorite class. They're all with Professor Dr. Justin Bailey. He teaches spiritual formation, gospel, church, and culture, and leadership and discipleship. Those 3 classes are my 3 favorite classes I've taken at Dort. Spiritual formation offered me an opportunity to grow and maturing my faith freshman year, which is desperately needed at that time. Gospel, church, and culture broadened me. It broadened my worldview. It broadened my perspective, my cultural lens. Just the way that I see the world was significantly changed by taking that class. I highly recommend it. And then leadership and discipleship is just super practical for the work I'm going into, which is worship leading and a larger world of ministry. And yeah, it's really offered me a lot of insights on what it means to be a Christian leader, what Christian discipleship should look like. And I mean, every class period feels like group therapy, and all the readings feel like devotions. So, or most of them do at least. So yeah, that's also a really great class. So those are my 3 favorite classes.
Fantastic.
answer.
Thank you. Welcome, Carissa, again.
Hi. Thank you.
Now, can one of you tell the audience how you two know each other?
Oh boy, do you want to do it? I've talked a lot.
I mean, you mentioned me earlier. We're dating. We're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, you guys are dating?
Yes.
I just thought we
Wow.
were gonna have you on. Okay, now I know.
That works out perfectly.
Wow, it really does.
The activity that we had planned is all about who knows the other person better.
Oh, I know who's gonna win this.
I am. You're right.
Yes, exactly.
I knew it.
All right. So here's what I need you to do. I'm gonna ask you. Oh, are you both zooming from your phones?
No.
No.
Do you both have your phones handy?
Wow,
Oh,
that was
fantastic.
like
Okay, I need
synced
you
and
to
everything.
open
Oh
your
my
phone.
gosh.
I need you to open your phones and go to notes.
Okay.
Now, you're answering for the other person. So, Carissa, in your notes, you'll be saying what Damon would say.
Okay.
And Damon, in your notes, you'll be saying what Carissa would say.
Okay.
Tracking?
So we're
Okay.
making a new note.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. All right. So, question 1. Favorite band?
Or like artist or band?
Both. I don't know, Tom. That's
Favorite artist. We'll go favorite artist, as in musician. Favorite musician. Because question 2 is favorite artist, as in painter.
Okay. Oh boy.
Question 3. It's karaoke night. What are they singing? Question 4. Favorite food. Question 5. Favorite flavor of ice cream. Okay, so we're going to do this, and then we have a speed round that's going to be way more fun.
But we have to think of our own answers too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That might take me a second. I'm blanking. What was the last
Ice cream.
ice cream flavor? Oh. Okay.
Okay, So favorite musician. Now I would like Carissa to tell the class who her favorite musician is.
I will say Beyonce is just an overall always a classic. Like
Good
you can't go
choice.
wrong.
Good
It's
choice.
Beyonce.
Damon, what did you say?
I said Hosier.
That's a good one too. But
Yeah, I should have said Beyonce. That would have been smarter.
Damon, what is your favorite musician?
Oh man, you know, if you would have asked this changes sometimes. If you would ask me in high school, it would have been hands down 21 Pilots. But recently, I think it's actually been shifting more towards John Bellion.
John Bellion, you can't see it, but that's what I wrote down.
Okay, so Carissa currently knows you better. Now, question 2, favorite painter. Damon, who did you say Chris's favorite painter was?
This is so basic. Van Gogh. It's not right.
I like a lot of painters. I can't really name. I'll say Vincent Van Gogh is definitely one of them. So I'll give that to you.
Okay, all right. Now, Carissa, who did you think Damon's favorite painter was?
I also said Vincent Van Gogh.
We can go with it because I don't know. I just don't know that many painters. I feel like
You know anybody
I've
else?
painted
started
you
like
4
listing off names.
pictures,
I'd be like, oh
Damon.
yeah, I know who that person is. But like,
I want you
not
to name
like
5 painters.
Picasso, Van
Claude
Gogh,
Monet.
Edgar Degas, Claude Monet, and
Time's up. You failed.
Andy Warhol.
Georgia O'Keeffe.
Okay. Question 3 was what did you put for question 3, Carissa, that you believe Damon?
I said feeling good.
Damon, is that your go-to karaoke?
I can't say I have a go-to karaoke, but that could possibly happen. I would also take like songs from Hamilton, probably. A lot of classic songs that people just like to do at karaoke. There's not like, because I feel like karaoke is a time when you want to do ones that everybody knows.
Right.
You don't want to do like a deep cut. You want to do one like some classics. So like Don't Stop Believin' would be a good one, even though it's not Journey's best song.
Yes, correct.
Like Living on a Prayer would be really good.
Right. Ask the Lonely is Journey's best song.
No.
Well, that's not true.
It's separate ways.
Thank
Worlds
you,
apart in parentheses after that.
Yes, that is correct.
Carissa, what's your go-to karaoke?
I would say, I always pronounce his name wrong. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
It's not September?
By
I don't
Earth,
think I
Wind,
would
and
do that
Fire?
for karaoke. I would do a Queen song. Either that's my favorite song, but singing, I don't know if I would do like. But my go-to would be Queen, Somebody to Love, or Bohemian Rhapsody. So
I respect it. Now, question 4 was favorite. I believe it was favorite food. Yes. Okay. Carissa, what's Damon's favorite food?
The Defender.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, totally. That's
Carissa, what's your favorite food?
Mac and cheese.
That's it. All right. So currently, Carissa is up by 1. So this is where it all comes down to. Damon can tie or lose.
Well, we still have the speed round, don't we?
Oh, we have the speed round.
It's
yeah.
not over.
I thought that was a whole different segment, but yeah, no, it can be a part of this. Damon, what is your favorite ice cream?
I would say toasted almond fudge. It's Blue Bunny flavor.
What did you say, Carissa?
I said Rocky Road. I couldn't remember the name of that one. I knew it had some kind of nut in it, like cashews or something, but it was almonds.
Carissa, what is your favorite ice cream?
I really like this kind at the ice cream store I work at. It's called Fudge Mint Brownie.
Damon, did you happen to put down Fudge Mint Brownie?
So I said chocolate with fudge.
Nope.
Is that like half right?
No, you missed the brownie and the mint.
You get a half point.
I'll take a half point. That's
okay.
Fine. So I'm a half point behind.
This next part, Jason is going to ask a series of questions. And what you need to do is close your eyes or cover your eyes, but we don't want you to touch your face in these dark times. So And now you're going to point at yourself with your other hand. You're going to raise it to screen level.
Yes, good.
You're going to point at yourself or at the screen. You're pointing at yourself if you believe it is you. You're pointing at the screen if you believe it is the other person. You understand?
Yes.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
Jason, you're going to wait for them to point, and then you're going to ask the next question. You got it?
Okay, are we ready? Take that as a
Yes.
yes. Okay. Who initiated the first kiss? Who's the most romantic partner? Who apologizes first after an argument? Who's the funny one? Who is more patient? Who's the messy one? Who's the better cook? Who is more stubborn? Who's the bigger baby when they're sick? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
Ooh.
Who's grumpier in the morning? Okay, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. You only disagreed on like 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah, and then there was only one where like there was 3 that you disagreed on, but then one of them at the last second, one of you flipped to agree. So that was pretty good.
Interesting.
I don't remember which ones they were. Tom, do you remember which ones they were?
Not at all.
Okay.
Go back and
You'll
watch.
have to rewatch it and find out then.
I just want to say I had mono at the beginning of the year, and so I definitely was a big baby during that, and David
was
did a
also
great
so
job
bad.
taking care of me. But
It was really it was terrible. Her throat was swollen up so much. Like I took her to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, this is really bad." Like he was like, "This is a really bad case of mono," and we were like, "Oh." So yeah.
yep.
All right. Damon, you've been a treat. Is there anything you'd like to say to any of us on this call or to Defender Nation before you sign out?
I'll just say, bless up. It's been an honor to be with you guys, and I hope that you guys can finish the semester strong and
Week and a half.
come back to campus ready to go, because I know I will be ready to go. That's my sign off.
All right.
That was great.
Goodbye. Thank you for joining.
Of course.
All right. Welcome to the interview segment of this show.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Jason, am I asking the first question or are you?
I got this.
Okay.
Okay, so we just had Damon on. Now,
Yes.
how did you guys first meet?
This is kind of a crazy story. So I was a senior in high school. Yeah.
This, just for reference, is an audience question.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It is,
Okay.
yes. Sorry, I should probably mention that. This is an audience question.
Okay, awesome. So I was a senior in high school, and Damon was a freshman singing in the talent show. And my sister sent me a video of him singing. It's the Ed Sheeran song. I can't remember the name of it right now. And she was like, "I want you to meet this kid. He's really good at singing." And I was like, "Okay, that's weird." She got a picture with him at the block party, so she was like committed to this. And then I went on my visit the night of the fiesta, and we ran into him at the Commons, I think during lunch, and my sister introduced us to each other. I was like, "This is Damon. This is my sister Carissa." He was kind of like, he kind of knew that she was gonna introduce us, but like it was kind of weird still. And then yeah, that was kind of it. And so then he followed me on Instagram. I followed him back, and then I went to Dort, and we didn't really like have a connection or like any interaction until the end of spring semester. We were both in staged readings for theater. We weren't in the same one, but I was like performing mine, and one of his friends, Jonah Bader, actually sent me a Snapchat. And then later that night, Damon saw that we had been like Snapchatting a little bit, and then Damon started Snapchatting through Jonah's account, and then that's how we started talking. And then I got his Snapchat, and here we are now. So
And the rest is history.
Also, for reference, Damon said that the Ed Sheeran song that you're referencing is Thinking Out Loud.
yes, thank you. Thinking out loud. Yep, that one.
Well, that is a wonderful, wonderful story. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
That's all we have.
Now, we're wondering what is a concept that you've learned in your time at Dort that really blew your mind? It might not have been in a class, it might have been like outside of class, but just something in your time at Dort that really blew your mind.
Wow. I've learned a lot, not from classrooms. Like I've learned a lot in classrooms.
I've learned, look, okay, the best education's on the streets.
Oh my.
I learned the most in my room.
Well, like I have a lot of experiences that have helped me learn a lot too. And that's what I was trying to say. I think I learned a lot, the most about like relationships, both like friendships and romantic ones throughout my 2 years there. And I think the community at Dort has had the biggest impact on that. And like you kind of learn, or at least I have learned like what a good friendship is. And I think that's the biggest takeaway, the biggest concept I've like realized at Dort. So if that fits the answer.
No, that's awesome.
I'd say so. So, I'm told you're an art major. Is that correct?
Yes, I am
Perfect.
graphic design and Spanish actually.
Okay, so being graphic design, what would you say is your favorite thing that you've created graphically? Or not graphically, just art in general. What's your favorite thing that you've created?
And if you can follow it up with your favorite like art piece at Dort
That you've seen.
That I've seen. Ooh.
So like someone
another
else's
student might
art
have made
piece.
it, or maybe it's like you super dig the French fries.
Or like
I
when
don't
the High School Musical moon was up in the science building. That was amazing.
I did see that on my visit, and that made me freak out a little bit. But I took a sculpture class my freshman year, and I actually made a sculpture. It sounds weird, but I made a sculpture of like this part of my face, so like my nose. And I thought it turned out really cool, and I gave it like a little nose ring. So I really like that. Plus, part of it broke off, but like it still stands. It still looks cool. So that's definitely one of my favorite things. Um, some of my favorite things I've seen. I'm in the film photography class this semester, and a lot of people in that class are really good at taking photos. And so that was really fun, like every week when we were on campus to like see the pictures people were taking and like creating in the dark room. So I think some of those pictures were probably my favorite I've seen.
Well, great. Thank you. We also want to know your favorite spot on campus to be, but also if you have a favorite spot to like do art. I don't know if that's a thing, but if it's a thing, we'd love to hear about it.
Okay. Yeah, my favorite spot would be the dark room. Because it's like you're stepping into a different time dimension almost. Like it's something that like was done a long time ago, but we can still have the technology to do today. And like it's stuff my grandma was doing when she was my age, so like that's really cool to have that connection. And it's just kind of magical when you're in there and like you're creating a print and it just like comes to life on the paper. I don't know, and it's something not a lot of people know how to do, so it just feels really cool. So yeah, that's my favorite place on campus, and I guess to do art as photography.
Great. Both at once. Two birds, one stone.
And we
Exactly.
asked Damon, we have to ask everyone now as long as I remember. You've heard of the interrogation room. Yes? No?
I did not until I think I heard it on the show. Otherwise, I had no
Ooh,
idea.
another
It was a thing.
person. Wow, we are just
Yeah.
raising awareness.
This is going to be a highly trafficked room next fall.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it is in case you didn't know, if you haven't watched the past episodes, in the education department area, in the table next to the tables in the back, and it says like busy, not busy, or something like that, occupied, unoccupied. Step in there. It's creepy. It's amazing. Now you
Yeah, I
know.
really want to see it. I'm gonna check it out.
Did I? Yeah, I FaceTimed you when I discovered another creepy thing in an elevator.
Yeah.
once. Jason,
Yes.
do you know about this?
No.
Okay, one time I'm just like walking. I don't even know who I was. I was with somebody, but I opened an elevator and there was, I'm not making this up, there was like a treasure chest essentially.
Yeah, okay.
No, like I FaceTimed, like it was like a huge chest that wasn't just like a box. It had like a like it was like a treasure chest.
Yeah.
And I opened it and it was full of a white powder.
Cocaine.
That was my immediate reaction. It was, however, salt. I think just to like get rid of the ice or something, but like why it was in the elevator and nobody was around, I have no idea.
That was your question, but not why was it in a treasure chest? Like, I could see it being in the elevator, but why would they put it in a treasure chest?
That's okay. I mean, maybe there's something buried beneath all the salt.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Did you dig through it?
I can't say that I did.
Ugh, man, there could have been something cool in there.
Now,
well, we'll never know.
We also want to hear your favorite class you've taken and your least favorite class.
Okay. Freshman year, I was an ed major, actually, and I took a class with Barb Hoekstra called Learners' Differences, and that class was incredible. Even though I'm not like an ed major anymore, I still think it's a very beneficial class to take. I think it counts as your cross-cultural credit too for core. So if any of you need to get that taken care of, I highly recommend that class. You just learn a lot about like you learn about different people you'll encounter in a classroom, but there are also people you can encounter outside of classroom. So we talk about like poverty and people with disabilities and a bunch of other things that kind of differentiate different learners. It's really cool. Oh, and my least favorite class. I'm not a history person. I know Core and 40 has been mentioned before on this show, and yeah, I just the content of that class and the assignments were just draining. But I had like fun people in the class. Someone would airdrop me photos of dogs, and I never found out who it was. So that made up for it kind of, but otherwise, yeah, that class was a 0 out of 10.
Not even a 1.
No.
It's too bad.
I think so.
Jason, did you have any other questions?
I mean, I don't think so, but I can think of one for sure. Like, what's your favorite go-to commons or grill food? We've asked that before as well.
At the grill, I do like the Defender. It's classic.
Right answer.
I think I have tried a different hot sandwich before. Oh, I also like the spicy grilled chicken not grilled chicken, spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
So that's good too.
What about at the Commons? When you go in, what are you like, I just hope that it's this tonight?
I do like the rice bowls, but I also really like not like the pasta that they have always, but like an actual like cooked pasta. The lasagna is not that bad, I don't think. I just love lasagna too, so maybe that's why.
Lasagna is great. One of
my
favorites.
Do you have anything that you would like to say to the world, Defender Nation, or Jason, or me?
I miss a lot of people. I would much rather be there at Dort than here. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling that way. So I'm sad for the people who don't get to return. You're both seniors?
Yes.
Correct? So yeah, I'm sorry that you guys are missing out on that chance to go back, but
it's okay. I just constantly think about it. All the time. All the time. Just reopened a wound.
I'm so sorry. You can kick me off.
It's okay. I'll get through it eventually.
Okay, I'm glad. That's good.
All right. Well, we were also told that you were the first ever girl to have a closing line or a question for the people to ponder. So you could like ask a question that everyone will ponder for the rest of until the next episode, or just like a closing like slogan. Everyone's been saying it. It's been all the buzz.
It has. He's
so
right.
So Jason is gonna like wrap up the episode, and then we're gonna turn it over to you, and you just give us a one-line sign-off or a question that you're like, hey, have you ever thought about? And then people will think about it between episodes.
Okay, so I'll give you time as I sign us off to think of it, so that you get like a solid 10 seconds. Okay, here we go. thank you all for watching episode 7. We are going to be live again on Wednesday, I believe, with Travis Else for sure, and we don't know if we're going to have a second guest or not. We haven't decided yet, but more than likely we won't, so Travis will have his own episode. If you like this,
They
please...
get a professor's perspective on all of this for the first time.
And a pastor as well, so he's the...
And a pastor.
It's a
He
double
lives in
whammy
that
there.
Venn diagram.
Really, he does. So tune in on Wednesday to see Travis Else as we interview him and do an activity with him. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch it again, obviously it'll be up on our Instagram later today. Thank you, and Carissa, let's see what you got.
Wash your hands and stay home so we can be on campus this fall.
That was perfect.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.